Just taking a nice sip of water while we are getting rocking, rolling here. How to make room for new opportunities in your career. And there's two things you've got to know in order to make room for new opportunities in your career. We're going to talk about those two important aspects. One's going to surprise you and one's going to be sort of a no-brainer. So, if you're a professional woman, if you have education, expertise, and experience, and you are not where you want to be, or perhaps you've made a career misstep, passed over for a promotion, or perhaps you're just working too darn hard and you think that that next level is going to be harder work. And so you are no, 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 hoping for a backslide, hoping for something that's going to take the pressure off of you. You know, I have had 6 massive transitions in my career where I wasn't the decision maker on that, i.e., I got laid off, fired, or reorganized out. And I will tell you this, half of those times, maybe all of them, to be honest, I was secretly praying for some relief of that job. And so, to make room for new opportunities in your career, you have to do two things that are really, really important. And I'm going to point you in a direction of some other strategies and avenues that you have to take advantage of, especially to open space for yourself and your soul, because that's what gives you the room for new opportunities. If you're a client of mine and you're tuning in, hello there. How are you? Feel free to comment. Let me know that you're here. If you're not a client, why don't you tell me who you are, what you do for a living, where you are, and I'd be happy to see if I could point some of the stuff for today in your direction. So, happy Coach Mo Live. I am the founder and the creator of a 12-week transformational workshop specifically for professional women who have the education, expertise, and experience and just do not feel like they're leveraging it to the highest level. A couple of days ago, my team and I gathered around to talk about and celebrate the successes that we've had over the past few months with some of our kick-ass ladies. And one of the things that was astounding to me is that we as professional women tend to hold on to both energetically, emotionally, and psychologically certain aspects of how we've been wronged or the things that have gone wrong. And since we don't usually have the proper advice on how to navigate things that go wrong, we tend to stuff it in. We tend not to want to talk about it, and we tend to repress it and oppress it in ways that only damages our self-esteem and eventually starts to deplete our very soul's energy. When you're trying to pretend that you're not hurt and you are, it doesn't go well. Eventually, that hurt wants to get paid attention to. And so, in order to make room for new opportunities in your career, you're going to have to do this one thing that's going to take some courage and it's going to take some responsibility, but it's really important to do. I'm telling you, it's really important to do. And that is to go into that issue and to heal it in a manner that makes the depletion and the scar tissue and the agony of it come out, literally come out. Yes, Trinity hurt wants attention to heal for sure. And if we keep repressing it, pretending it doesn't happen, be a big girl, that doesn't really hurt, I'm going to just survive. It will come out. It will come to your attention in a variety of ways. And I'm just going to give you some examples that we've seen. And I'm going to give you an example that I did. Okay. In my career, when things weren't working out for me, I tended to maybe have some passive aggressiveness around either my boss or projects or coworkers, I wasn't my best self. Why? Because I was injured inside. Hurt people want to hurt people. So if I was hurting, it's a natural human inclination to passively or even subconsciously do stuff to others that is not in your highest self. So, in order to make room for new opportunities in your career, you have to heal the hurt. You have to heal the things that didn't go according to plan or didn't go your way. We have clients who've been passed over for promotions, like I was, and they get angry about it. They get spiteful. Oftentimes, the person who does get the promotion, you're looking like they don't have more experience than me. They're not better than me. What just happened? And so you feel an injustice, and it's only natural to feel the sting of that and then to want to, I'm just going to say it this way, make someone pay for it. And what usually happens and transpires in those situations is you become the one who is wrong. You become the retaliator. This does not work in the professional world. It doesn't work in the personal world either. If you're hurt by a friend, a partner, a spouse, or a child, and you retaliate, that doesn't work there either. So checking in with the hurt and doing the necessary work as a human being to heal your soul is the room that you need to make to open up opportunities for your growth. You can't grow if there's a hurt in there that is holding space and depleting your soul. There's no growth in that situation. There's just more hurt. And here's how the universe works on that. Spoiler alert. Your life is going to go down the wrong path. You're going to invoke more hurt until you deal with it. And I know that may be actually calling you in a direction that you don't want to go in. No, don't make me have to deal with that. All my career, as I was getting passed over, told to shut up in meetings, pushed aside. Was it because I was a woman? That's what I thought. Was it because I was a nurse in the healthcare environment? That's what I thought. Was it because I had smart ideas that people weren't ready for? That's what I thought. But I wasn't navigating that in my power. I was navigating it in victim mode. I was navigating it in here, look at me, pay attention. I've got something to say. You don't know what you're talking about. When you are coming from victim mode, you got to release that. But you can't just release it. It takes inner work, which is why we help you dive into your soul first things first in the work we do. Because there's no better resume, better LinkedIn, or interview coaching that we can provide to you. If you're dealing with a hurt at the soul level, there's no room for new opportunities in your career. I don't care how great your resume is, you're going to come as a hurt, flawed human. I know I did. I had times where I wasn't working for months and months because I was still spinning the hurt. So, in order to make room for new opportunities in your career, you have to solve the hurt. You have to go into the soul and resurrect that best, most beautiful essence of who you are. And our magic formula is to weave that into your career aspirations and help you be a whole person. When you are a whole person, you're making room for those new opportunities in your career. Trinity, book yourself a complimentary career clarity call. I want you to see my 5 shifts. So if you haven't seen my 5 shifts that I use and work with my clients, let me just point to you here. Your 5 shifts to bring your soul to work. The way I do what I do as a career coach, my team and I have a very specific approach. You can check out that masterclass at mofall.com/FB Live. Get it? Facebook Live. mofall.com/FB Live. If you've seen me before, if you have come along my lives before, if you have seen my webinar, it's now time to book that complimentary career clarity call, because what a hurt person doesn't want to do typically is admit it and talk to someone about it. But that's what we're going to do. mofall.com/live clarity. Over the past couple of weeks, I've spoken to women who are spinning their wheels at high levels, not getting anywhere, and overworked and losing time with their family and being leaders and executives in ways that isn't working. She's now in our workshop. Talking to women who are fired after having medical issues. She's now in the workshop. Talking to women whose boss has left, moved on, or retired, and now their career is significantly suffering. She's now in the workshop. Or how about women who do something in their work and effectively fire themselves, or are so negative that they can't hold their hurt in anymore, and they say something or do something that is a career killer? She's now in the workshop. How about a woman with a PhD who hasn't leveraged it and doesn't know how to show up at that level of her profession because no one ever showed her or taught her or told her or coached her into her greatness? She's got the PhD on the wall, but she doesn't know how to leverage that. She's in the workshop. How about that woman who wants to make the pivot in her career because the career she sort of got into on a series of people who said, oh, come work here. Oh, come work there. So her career has amounted to nothing more than a series of jobs for people who said, hey, I want you to come work for me. And now her career is languishing and she doesn't even know who she is. She's in the workshop. How about that woman who's been at the same company for 25 years and has gone nowhere for 20 of those years and sees everyone else getting the promotions? And she's afraid of the promotion because she might think that might mean more work or doing things that she doesn't want to do. So the thing that is important for you to clear the way is all of that hurt. If you don't clear away all of that hurt, you do not have room for new opportunities. And you certainly don't have room for the new version of you. You may have noticed over the past couple of years, we've gone through some massive turmoil. And massive turmoil means that if you're not growing as a human, you are getting left behind. There's no status quo anymore on the planet. There never probably really ever was. It was sort of a myth that our minds make up, that we want to just stabilize things, keep things kind of where they are. That never happens. The one thing that is always certain is change. And the one thing that is always certain about that is if you're not growing as a human, you're not keeping up with the change. Years ago when the Wii came out, Nintendo's Wii that was connected to the TV, this was 20 years ago, and you could play games, you could do baseball, boxing. It was the first generation of kind of like augmented reality. So the Nintendo Wii really took off, and there was like a board you could stand on to pretend you were skiing, doing yoga. The Guitar Hero was part of the Nintendo Wii. I got a Wii when it first came out, so that I wouldn't be left behind in the tech curve that I saw going up straight up. I didn't want to be left behind. As a 40-year-old watching technology climb and climb and climb, I didn't want to be left behind. I wanted to know how to navigate technology and be in the mix of it. You see, in order to have opportunities in your life, you have to claim the growth curve. If you're not claiming the growth curve, you are not going to be a happy soul. And that is the second thing you must do to open yourself to new opportunities. Even if you're in tech or an engineer, a nurse, a doctor, an accountant, an attorney, marketing, sales, project management, product management, no matter what your profession is, if you're not taking advantage of the growth curve of both humanity and also your industry, then you're not open to new opportunities. If you're hoping the world doesn't notice that you're doing the same thing over and over again, you are not opening to new opportunities. So follow me here with what I have talked about today. Number one, in order for your career to be open to new opportunities, you have to heal the hurt and bring your soul back to life. You must heal the hurt. Your career will not thrive if your soul is damaged and scarred and you're protecting yourself from further hurt. Your career won't thrive. Plain and simple. That's 100% guarantee. Someone asked me earlier, what's your guarantee of your workshop? That you're going to grow and you're going to be thriving and you'll have all the tools you need to land that beautiful job. That's my guarantee to you. The other guarantee to you is if you don't grow, if you don't heal that soul, you are not going to have a thriving career. You could get another job, but what's going to happen is, choom, the hurt is going to show up again. So you must heal the hurt for new opportunities and for raising yourself up to the next level and to feel better about yourself. You have to heal the hurt. Number two is you must be on the growth curve. You have to claim that growth curve. You have to grow yourself. You have to claim your higher level of worth, because if you're not growing, you are shrinking. There are only two momentums on this planet: expansion and contraction. That's it. You're either expanding or you're contracting. If we don't believe in ourselves to build our own business, Trinity, if you don't believe in yourself, do not own your own business. Do not. You got to believe in yourself way above a job, way above a promotion in order to have your own business. You need to thrive and be successful in a much more safe environment. If you have your own business, you're walking down the street basically naked. Your soul is wide open. If you aren't healed, you are going to see everything in your business. Trust me, I know. I've had my own business for over 7 years. You're going to see all of your hurt. I'm not a big believer in getting into your own business. I'll just be real truthful with you. I'm a big believer in capitalizing on what you know how to do in the world and taking yourself into an organization that can utilize what you have, that can capitalize on what you bring and pay you well. And being in an organization of other people and structure and resources is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You can have a thriving career and make a great living and work with others, have a great social structure, and thrive. I'm going to say it this way. It's much more doable. If you want to have your own business, you better do the deep work. You better heal yourself from every pain and victim situation that you've been in. You better heal at a deep level. And you better be absolutely committed to massive growth. And on a personal level, if you want to have your own business, you got to go 1,000,000% into your healing and 1,000,000% into your growth. Now, most people aren't ready for that level of commitment to their healing and their growth. So what we do over 12 weeks with our clients is take them through soul growth, soul healing, and we complement that with all the right techniques of resumes, LinkedIn, interview techniques, learning how to be a leader, learning how to present, learning how to own the room. You'll hear all about that if you want to watch my webinar at mofall.com/FB live. You'll have access to my webinar. If you like what you're hearing today, and if you're a woman who has a professional career basis with education, expertise, and experience, you don't need a college degree. But if you have an education in your profession, experience and expertise, and it's not being leveraged to the level that you know you can make it, and if you know you have some hurt to heal, some job trauma, passed over, static for too long, not making the growth curve that you know is possible for you. If that's your story, I know you would have value in jumping on a complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. You'll talk to me or one of my team of experts about what's going on in your career, what you're losing out on, and then we will help you understand and see what's possible for you. And if we can help you go from where you are to where you want to go, if we believe that that's something we can help you with, we can talk about what that 12-week transformational workshop looks like for you. Kathleen, if that's you, mofall.com/live clarity will get you a complimentary career clarity call. It's like going to the doctor where you might have twisted your ankle and you're not sure if it's sprained or broken, whether you need surgery or a cast. That's what we do on our complimentary career clarity call. We diagnose the career issue. We diagnose what's going on. And Dr. Didi, if that's you, it's mofall.com/live clarity. We help you diagnose what's really going on. If you were passed over for a promotion, there's some layers in there. If you've been static for a long time, there's some layers in there. If you haven't been owning the truth of what you bring to the table, or you've been marginalized, pushed back, told to shut up, your opinions aren't necessary here. If you've been told that, there's something going on under the surface. Again, the two things you must do to clear room for new opportunities is, follow me on this, ladies. Number one, you have to heal the hurts. Heal the hurts to make room for new opportunity. And number two, you have to be committed to the growth curve. You have got to be on the growth curve. You have got to grow. Look, if you don't want to heal your soul and you don't want to grow as a human, you're going to stay stuck. Here's the bad news for you. The universe is built in such a way that you will be provoked to get into that healing. There will be additional chaos, calamity, confusion, overwhelm that will come your way until you go inside. It's the way this universe and our creator put this whole thing together for us. I didn't make it that way, but I understand it deeply because I had my own reckoning of needing to go into my soul for growth. I had my own reckoning to be committed to growth. You have to heal and you have to grow. If you heal, that's one thing. If you don't grow after healing, what did you do all the healing for? So the growth is a natural outpicturing of your inner healing state. And you can't grow if you don't heal. Back to the metaphor about going to the doctor. When you turn your ankle, did I strain it, sprain it, break it? Is there something that has to be done for it to heal before I can run a marathon? You know, I actually tore my calf muscle when I was training for a marathon. 2 years after my double mastectomy, I decided to claim my marathon self and train for the New York Marathon. And I was training gradually and growing and doing my thing, but not a big stretcher. So if you don't stretch well and you're in your late 40s training for a marathon, you could have calf muscles that get sort of tight. And if you use a tight muscle in the wrong way, it might rip. So that's what happened to me one day training for the New York City Marathon. I ripped my calf muscle and literally, I felt it, knew what happened, couldn't take another step. There goes my partner back home running in the opposite direction to go get the car and pick me up. If I didn't heal that muscle, I would not have been able to run the marathon. If I would have pretended that I didn't rip my calf muscle and kept running on it, I mean, you know what would happen in there, right? The calf muscle would rip off the bone, internal bleed. There would be all sorts of extra damage. But I stopped running on the spot as soon as it ripped. Just like you in your career, if you have a problem in your career, stop right now and take care of it. Book yourself a live clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. Book yourself the diagnosis. What is going on? I've been passed over. I'm not even considered for promotions, and I've been here 10 years. What am I doing wrong? You've got to ask yourself that question. And again, to open for opportunities, you got to heal at the soul level, and you have to be committed to your growth. If you do not have those two ingredients, you will not be open, ready, and able to take on opportunities. And if you are sitting there listening to me thinking, well, I'm in my 50s. Well, I'm in my 40s. I've had people say, well, I'm like 38. I think I'm getting aged out. No, no. You're getting aged out because you're not growing. You're getting aged out because there's hurts inside of you that are coming out, and subconsciously, you don't even know it. You've got blind spots around that, and you're coming across in ways that aren't pleasing to other people. You got to heal your soul, and you got to commit to growth. That opens you for new opportunities. And of course, you have to have all the right strategies to get into that. We are what we think, Trinity. Amen. And a lot of people don't know what they're thinking about themselves. Blind spot. A lot of people don't take responsibility for that. They do this. Well, if they would have, well, if they would have, well, if they would have, well, if they did, they should have this, that, and the other thing. They. See how many fingers are pointing back? Sort of tricky to point the finger at someone because you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So take a strong look at what you're not healing, what you're not addressing in there. Take a strong look at that, because if you don't, new opportunities are not coming your way. And then take a strong commitment to your personal and professional growth. And I don't mean adding a certification. How many times I talk women off the ledge on this when they're my clients. If you're currently employed, if you're currently having experience and expertise around what you know how to do, chances are you don't need another thing on your wall to do better. And I'd be happy to challenge you on this on a complimentary career clarity call. We are who we surround ourselves with also. Yes, Jen, absolutely. If you hang out with the turkeys, there's no way to soar with the eagles. That's the other great benefit about the clients who I work with. Yes, mofall.com/live clarity. You got it, Trinity James. Your ability to hang out with other professional women who are speaking the same language of healing themselves and growth is a 100% guarantee if we work together, because there's a sisterhood of awesome professional kick-ass women who you are going to be surrounded with, and you will be with others who will elevate you. You will be hanging out with the right crowd, because that's who we work with. We work with your right crowd. If that's the match for what's going on with you. Again, it's not always, but come and let's talk about it and really diagnose the inner workings of what's not happening in your career. I have a suspicion it's one of these two things, or it's both. You haven't healed from past hurts, and you haven't really committed to your own growth. You'll get both of those if we work together. You will understand the underpinnings and the specifics of what we do if you attend my webinar, my masterclass at mofall.com/masterclass. And if you've heard enough and you're like, oh my God, I need to get diagnosed, then just book your complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. Let's get you healed, although we have to diagnose what that healing needs to be first. And let's get you on a growth plan. Let's get that soul revved back up and let's get that growth plan going. You probably need a new resume, an upgraded LinkedIn profile, all the tech stuff matching the resume and LinkedIn, and powerful coaching for interviews. You probably need all that. But getting your soul back to life and committing to the growth that you're going to need is the first step. And here's the other thing, we'll help you negotiate your offer letters. We'll help you stand in your power on salaries. We'll help you visualize and understand all the ways to make that happen. One of our awesome grads just did that. She actually put a lower number on the table when she started interviewing. Oh! And then she stood in her power using the techniques we have in our workshop because she has lifetime access like every client does. And she was able to exercise and execute on a 40 to 50K increase. So good. And she's going to have some equity positions as well. A lot of companies out there looking for great talent. But if you can't show up in the highest version of you, those opportunities will pass you by. You open yourself up for new possibilities by what, ladies? Healing the hurts and committing to growth. This is career coach Mo Fall. I'm here to help you understand what that looks like and to really understand who you are at the soul level. And if we can help you thrive and succeed in a new way, we'd be more than happy to talk to you about whether you fit into our workshop. Our kick-ass career program is built for women who are ready to heal and bring their souls alive and to grow into their highest version of themselves. And amen to Aaron. Amen to you. Great to see you, Aaron. All of my clients who have been here, who are here, bravo to you for continuing to grow. Bravo to you for allowing us to see your soul shine. Love it, love it. And it's always a pleasure to have new clients that we help soar at the soul and then land their dream jobs. It's awesome. Thrive to stop the jive. Trinity will see you on a complimentary career clarity call. Dr. Dee, Jen, we will see you, ladies. mofall.com/live clarity. Get you on our schedule. Let's make it happen for you so you can have the best year ever. This is Mo Fall, everywhere on social media, Coach Mo and mofall.com. Please remember, if you're a professional woman with education, expertise, and experience, and you're not where you want to be, mofall.com/live clarity. This is a hello and a shout out to all my kick-ass gals. We'll see you next time. Coach Mo here and everywhere on social media.